Today we are going to demonstrate how to upload 3D models into your Bitmagic scene and use them as a part of your game. And we're going to be using something called GLB voxelizer. We're going to start off by just creating a game. So let's go ahead and create a third-person game, for example. This will be just a base default template that we're going to build on top of. Alright, and once you are in the game, we are gonna want to add a castle. I want to add a castle to this specific scene. And I could just prompt to add a castle, and I would probably get a castle. But what if, hypothetically, I wanted a very specific castle, a very specific 3D model? It would be much faster to just upload that into the game instead of like using 10 to 15 prompts shaping it out to be something I want specifically. So we're gonna go on here. Here's Sketchfab. You can use this site, you can use any other site. I have already found this castle and I've downloaded the GLB file for this castle. At this current time of March 16th, 2026, we currently only support 3D models using a GLB file type. So you're gonna need one of those. And when we're in the game, we're gonna start off by going to the Assets tab. And we're gonna select Upload Asset. You can see the bottom down here. And here I have my model. I have castlemodel.glb. And I'm just gonna select Open. And here is the menu where you get to select how it is imported into the game. The variable size and the uniform grid, both of these, like all of these sliders here, this is where you can change how big the actual blocks, the voxels are that consist of the model. Like if you make them larger, it will be a bit less detailed. If you have them small, they will be very detailed. But the more detailed the castle is, the bigger it's gonna be in terms of file size, the heavier it's gonna be for the project. So you wanna do something moderate. You don't want it to be too blocky, too like ugly. You want to go somewhere in between, because if you go for super detailed, your game might crash, unfortunately, because like the actual file size is just gonna be so big. I'm gonna go with something like 0.08. No, let's go with 1.1. This is fine. The default parameters. And then the actual target height, this is something I'm gonna adjust now, because if I leave it at auto, it's gonna like whatever the 3D model made the file to be, it could be way too big. So I think I'm gonna go with, like, since my character's height is 1, I'm gonna go for target height of, let's say, 12. 12 is the number I'm choosing. And we select convert. And now we have to wait for maybe a minute, and it's gonna upload the file, and then it's gonna start converting it from the cool, nice looking 3D model into something a bit more akin to Bitmagic, something a little blockier, so it's gonna fit the game appearance.
A few moments later.
Alright, now it's asking us to name the asset, and I think castle model is a fine name for asset. Let's go with that. And in a second it should appear here at the very bottom of the assets tab. Alright, castle model. So it's 11 by 9 by 11. That's almost 12. 26,000 voxels. And this is how you can really determine if it's a heavy model or a light model. Maybe a bit of the heavy side. And it's not in our scene yet, so let's add it. Add castle model to the scene. And there is a castle in the sea. The position is a little bad and it could still be bigger. So let's change that. Can go into the editor view here in the scene. Now we have our castle and I want to move it to the center of the screen. So I'm just gonna click to select the castle. Here we have the basic move, rotate, scale functions. Can move it here. Let's scale it a bit bigger and move it like so. That's about it. Doesn't need to be quite precise, just something. And then we go back to the play tab, back to the prompt tab, so we can actually go and take a look. All right, here's our model. Here's a door. Can't actually run through this door because it's a static asset, but this is something you can use to basically build your world up a bit more. You could just also prompt this, but here's another option if you have something very specific in mind.